Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is the part two of switching from my course to medicine and surgery. Please, if you have not watched the part one, please do well to watch it. Thank you.
The pages, with my sharp eye I was able to see my name, and I saw not accepted. Like, this Nigerian movie, that soundtrack, if it's played for me in your head. That soundtrack, and I was like, like, I had this I had this, I don't know how to explain it, or I don't know how to explain, like, Jesus, of I like flashback of everything I have went through, and you are not telling me you cannot accept me. Why? Like, why? So I can't ask them why they wrote that, because it's not them that wrote. Like, they were just like the secretaries and all of that. We are not the ones that wrote it. It's the person that signed on it, which is the dean of medicine, that I would have asked why, like, even as I was qualified, why did he write that? So now, and I said, let me just go and find my phone first. Let me find my phone. I can now go and present it to the person that wrote it, because at that moment I've not even seen my phone. That day now was end, because that was in the evening period. So I carry Okada and just went back to my house. On the Okada that was, the tears, I was like, it's just the fact that I was in public that I did not cry. But the moment I entered my room, I cried. It was God. If you've ever failed at something you put your all into, there's no how you cannot understand what I'm talking about. There is no how. So I cried in my room. Like, my sister came and told me, so they told you not accepted and you came back. Auntie, what do you want me to do? I should fight them? It was like, after all those things you did, after all the running around, going from office to office, they told you not accepted, you came back. She said, tomorrow you will go back there and tell them why they should accept you. After all the whole pep talk, my dad called me. He was not like, is that why you're crying? You can try next year. Eh? Did you say next year? Me, my my leg suffer. All the letters that I printed from one office, dean of basic med, dean of health sciences, dean of this one, dean of that one, that lecturer, this HOD, this HOD, the money, all the trek that I trek, the sweat, my academics, my mental health, my physical health. How una dey do dis thing? Like, he told me you can still try. And the funny thing people were saying that moment to me was, you're still young. How does my failure affect my age? I know you meant you can try again because you're still young. But guy, are you trying to make me forget what I just passed through? That one went. The next day I went to Oka to look for my phone. Okay, no, the next day I went first to the people that I submitted to give me an exact date they sent it to Oka. They gave it to me. I went to Oka. This is transport money. This is me risking my life on the road. I went to Oka. I showed them the date, and funny enough, the date they gave me was that yesterday that I found out that I was not accepted. Can you imagine? This Nigeria. So they said they can't still find it. I was not like, but they submitted it here. I was not trying to leave the office. A woman came in and was not like, look at these documents that the person that sent it to the wrong office, which was her own. Like, the one I was not in was the right office. I was not like, una fugon. A few people seen, and my name was there. So this time around, I saw the not accepted with my crow eye. Hey, I picked that phone and just sat down. Let breeze touch my head. I remember crying in admin block. I remember crying in admin block Unizik. People were passing and just they are looking at you. Some compassionate people will come, "Nne, what is it?" Giving you their advice. I didn't want to come back to Nnewi. Why? Because I know that if I'm coming back, meaning that I've accepted it, meaning that like there was no there was no way I could find help. There's nobody I could go to. Oh, so I said I came back anyways. I came back. My sister told me I should just accept the failure. It was funny. I didn't want to accept it. Like I didn't want to accept it, but I just had to. So there was a time I still had two exams because at that moment I was already in my 300 level. You know this thing when Nigerian universities don't give you break after a semester ends, they give you 1 week, the next semester ends. So I was still in my 100 level, first semester 300 level, and I was writing exams for crying out loud. Hmm. So I still had two papers remaining to be done. So my sister came in one day like that and told me, have I met radiography HOD? That I should go and meet him and tell him that I wasn't accepted. And I didn't say this, like when you want to switch departments, you have to like sign out from the department you're in so that you can enter the department you want to now switch into. And that signing out, they will sign on your form like you've gone out, but it doesn't really matter because JAMB does not know about it, school does not know about it, and there's nothing that changes when they sign on it. So I was so scared of facing the world. Like that was after post failure was I think was the difficult part. Post failure, I had a lot of things to do. I needed to accept that Winifred Ogini, medicine and surgery did not accept you. Secondly, I had to face the world. I had to face the world, the questions that came, because a lot of people knew about it. Funny enough, I didn't tell in a lot of people, but seeing me going from offices to offices, they saw me and asked questions, so a lot of people knew about it. Thirdly, I had to bounce back. It's not the fact that you failed, it's the fact that you're going to stand up. That is what is important. So let's talk about accepting the failure. So I was in my room one day and my sister came in and she was not like, Chika, tomorrow go and meet radiography HOD. Tell him that they did not accept you. Tell him that you want to come back to radiography. So you will not be floating in Unizik. So you will not become a non-academic student, something like that. And that happened like maybe 4 days or 5 days after I was told I was not accepted. It was too fast, yeah. She didn't know how painful it was to me, but she just had my best interest at heart. And another thing, it was painful to me because I did not want anybody to sound it to my ear that I was just rejected. That was just it. So now, I went the day she told me to go, and the man was not there. I was rejoicing. I was so happy because I didn't want to meet him. Like the kind of look he would give me. Because the day he signed me out, he was actually laughing. Not laughing at me though. I don't know why he was laughing, but I did not know the kind of look he would give me. So I think the next day or maybe the next week, I went there, and the preparation I did in front of it, as in outside his office before I went, all the deep breaths I took, I entered there and see I went, sir, I came back to tell you that I wasn't accepted into medicine and surgery. Please, I want you to sign me back in. And that's just it. And then he told me,
Sorry guys, I know the suspense is killing. I'll be posting the last part of this video on Wednesday. Please stay tuned. Please check on Wednesday to watch it. Thank you so much.